Alright guys, welcome to the first video of your boy Big B doing a wonderful discussion today about something I really just don't like right now in storyline wise or just development wise in the WWE, dealing around one specific faction right now. Retribution. I don't even know where to start with this. I really don't. I really believe this is practically one of the crappiest factions I've ever seen in my life of watching wrestling, period. I think it's a crappy situation put on Ali. I think it's a useless storyline for Mia Yim and Dominic Dijakovic and Mace and Slap Joker, who I really need to go look at more because I really can't even remember the last time I even seen those guys. So, yeah, it's just terrible. I mean, it's Retribution, and the whole thing about Retribution is wanting to get back and take what they believe was never given to them in the first place. But at the same time, the only one it really works for is Mustafa Ali, because literally in WWE, how they do things is if you're in developmental and then you get brought up to the main roster, anything you really did in storyline in NXT doesn't really matter too much when you come to the main roster. So literally, what's the point of even having Mia Yim, Dominic Dijakovic, Slap Joker, and Mace sitting there, or even standing side by side with Mustafa Ali, when literally they just got up there? So how the hell have you been prevented from getting opportunities if you have never really been there from the get-go to even get the damn opportunities? You just got there. So you can't really be denied opportunities when you were just put on the roster. It's not possible. It's not possible in any aspect whatsoever. So what it makes it stupid. It's like Mustafa Ali, though, that makes perfect sense. I mean, 2019, that was supposed to really be his year. We all know that Ali was supposed to have won the Elimination Chamber. He was supposed to go on to face Daniel Bryan for the championship, and it was like, a crappy situation happened, and it ended up being Kofi Kingston taking his spot, and then Kofi Kingston went on to have the best year of his career. But at the same time, that makes sense for Mustafa. Mustafa Ali deserves that role. And he's not even a crappy leader. He's got great talking. And I mean, everything they did with him, from, him doing all those promos of, all those cool promos he did in his own damn areas of the cities and all that stuff. That was cool. Those inspirational talks that actually felt like that you could actually look at now and be like, oh yeah, that was like his beginning stages of telling people that, of literally telling us that, he's going to make motherfuckers follow this guy. He wants followers. He wants people to follow behind him. He wants to be the leader. Okay, I get it now. That's cool. Even if that wasn't the aboriginal idea, it still works with the situation at hand that was given to him. And because it was given to him, and he's doing everything that he possibly can to make it work. But it's kind of hard to really make anything wonderful that is practically formulated from absolute shit. And this kind of shit is just not any kind of benediction to any kind of plant you really are trying to grow into some kind of solidified franchise or mainstream for the business that everyone's going to look at and be like, yo, I want to follow that. I want to follow Retribution. But Retribution, the only thing that was really interesting about Retribution at first was just all the crazy shit they did when they first started out doing their crazy antics of causing havoc all over both brands of SmackDown and Raw. Yeah, that's when it was fun. But then when it actually came out to the story, the only thing that was cool about it is that you found out that Mustafa Ali was the hacker that leaked the information about Sonya Deville doing what she did to Mandy Rose and Otis. But outside of that, that was the only thing that was cool about it. And that you found out that Mustafa Ali was behind the whole thing. But the people that they had with him was the wrong people. Now, if they would have did this, if they would have straight up did Mustafa Ali and they had him aid up with, Ricochet, who damn well needs a mouthpiece to help him out because he's just too bland right now when it comes to really doing good promos and stuff. He really needs that edge, like how Kofi Kingston needed Big E and Xavier Woods at first to help him get into the groove of doing proper promos. That's kind of what Ricochet needs right now, and he would have been perfect with Retribution. Him and Retribution, along with maybe Apollo Crews, and a couple other superstars that they could have just picked out of the blue. Superstars, at least they could have tried with one of the females that don't really get much TV time in the business. Someone like maybe. I mean, I'm not going to say Sonya Deville because I really believe that she can do things good by herself. She's finally got that chance. But, I mean, they could have tried with someone like Dana Brooke. They could have tried with someone, someone less cheesier, I guess. But, I don't know. They could have found somebody. Somebody that was on the main roster that could have definitely used a boost on TV time and a chance to really break out. That's what Retribution should have been about. It should have been main roster superstars that never really get good TV time or good opportunities right now due to, them not really being the hottest commodity in the business. Then they could have did some Nexus style stuff like Nexus did, but outside. But see, I'm gonna spin off that situation real quick and talk about it because things like Nexus. You see, Nexus would have fit. Nexus fit the whole. I'm coming from the developmental area to the main roster area because they were all just hungry dudes with a massive chip on their shoulder, and they were just ready to kick ass, take names, and take whatever they want and make their name known. Only a few of them really did that well, but at the end of the damn day, you can't knock it for them practically doing everything they can to really get that accomplished. And for a little while, they did. I mean, it was great what they were doing, But outside of that, that's a team, that it was believable. Now, see, if they would have had it where the group Retribution was called Rebellion, then I would have been like, you know what? Having Dominic Dijakovic and Mia Yim coming in along with Slap Joker and Mace, teaming with Ali. Okay, now I found some more things because that was 4 young stars along with a more veteran well, and I can't really say veteran because most of all of them in there are fucking wrestlers that have been there for years. But, having a seasoned veteran of WWE, a seasoned veteran of wrestling that is now been there for a lengthy amount of time in WWE because they're not really going to call him a veteran in WWE because he ain't really been there ish that long. But, we all know. And, now they don't care, and they literally came in, they were telling their promos, and they were like, yo, I don't care who's on top right now. They literally came out and they were like, man, we got massive chips on our shoulder. We're sick and tired of sitting in the back or waiting for opportunities, so we're just going to scratch. We're tired of scratching and clawing, and we're just going to go and just take what we want now. It was time to make our own opportunities instead of waiting to get an opportunity. It would have been more believable, and then you would be like, all right. And then you would have had people like Ali, who was a master manipulator of the group, who did things like hacking and everything else that literally could have been like a true villain because he could have blackmailed people to get what he wanted and everything else like that, and it would have been a true form of rebellion of a man who's sick and tired of being put in the back, leading a squad of men and a woman to future opportunities and stuff through blackmail and through just any means necessary attitudes and intentions, and just doing straight heelish shit that would have just been great. But instead they came out with Retribution and only got one person in the damn team that really fits the whole persona of Retribution, with the other four that are falling behind them that don't even need to fucking be there because it makes no sense of them being there. And it irks me because the sad thing is like the opposite version of Right to Censor. Like Right to Censor, they were hated in a good way. Like they were hated commodities. Like they were just great to be hated when they went out there and wrestled. Everyone knew they were great. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knew they were great athletes. Everybody knew that they were people that could, people cheered them and booed them for years in the business. So, we already knew who they were, but they were just a great heelish team in the good way. Right? The censor was, every time you heard them come out with their annoying ass damn censored music and stupid ass loud siren crap that they had, oh yeah, it pissed you off because they came in and you wanted to see them get their ass, but just for allowing you, just for forcing you to hear that crap, you'd be like, oh no. Man, I hope they whoop your ass tonight. And even if they didn't, but at the same time you enjoyed it because you'd be like, oh man, I can't wait the next week. I know they're going to do some crazy stuff. But Retribution, it's like, man, it's getting to the point now where I don't know how people are going to take this when I say it, but I swear, every single freaking time they come on TV now, they just make my ass itch. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. They're just straight up, it's just awful. And I feel bad about it because most of them, at least 3 of them on the damn team that I know, I'm diehard fans of. Man, I love me some Dominik Dijakovic. I think he's got a great future ahead if they give him the proper direction. Mia Yim, without a doubt, would be a great addition to the women's division. And outside of that, Ali, I've always been a major fan of Ali since he was in 205 Live and stuff like that. So, I love watching those guys wrestle at most occasions, but right now, it's like this whole Retribution crap, it's like, and it's like it's the wrong people in the damn faction. Dominik should still be in NXT progressing his character. He still had some way to go. He still needed some more seasoning of that character before he came up. Mia Yim, I didn't really see Mia Yim at that point in time really winning the NXT Women's Championship because, think of it now. You got Shotzi Blackheart coming on up all big. You got Mercedes Martinez back on NXT. She's going to eventually get put in the picture. You got other ones like Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez and Rhea Ripley and Ember Moon, everything else. And even though Mia Yim was totally still fit in with all those top-ass females in that damn roster, it just seems better. It's just almost like Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair could have easily had won the championship, and she could already do promos, everything else, but it was just, she was just there at the wrong time because, there was other women that were just bigger commodities and bigger draws at the moment than she was in a little bit more of a slight pedestal. But I'm not going to say it was too far. But, but at the same time, Mia Yim could have been like another Bianca Belair. She could have came onto the main roster, been a fresh superstar for the women's division that could have either joined another female for a tag team for a little while or, just did something wonderful, and then at the same time, it's just straight BS, man. I just see nothing good coming from Retribution in any aspect. Nothing. It's going to benefit nobody. Yeah, they get more TV time, but what's the point of getting more TV time if it's not even benefiting your character to go to greater lengths. Yeah, I mean, you don't even hear nobody even talking about Retribution. I mean, like, I never even, when I'm having discussions on Facebook or anything, it's like, I never hear anybody be like, "Oh man, Retribution, man, they're just awesome. They're awesome, man. I can't wait to see the next week for what Retribution is gonna do. Retribution is just taking wrestling to the whole new level, to a whole new level." It's like, no, it's not. It's because they're not. I mean, they're just as dead as 3MB was. I mean, like, you like the superstars that was in the damn group, but at the same time, it was getting them nowhere. It was just some quirky whack crap that did not need to happen. And it was just a waste of time. Even though it gave them airtime, it was just a waste of their time because they could have so totally have done something different. So, literally what I'm saying is, Vince McMahon, because I know it was his damn idea. It definitely wasn't no Triple H's. So, and it's sure that I know that sure the hell it wasn't Paul Heyman's. So, literally, Vince McMahon had another massive brain fart when he did that crap. I don't know where the hell he came up with it. It might have been a good idea when he was thinking in his head, but he totally thought of the wrong people to join Ali in the group. And it's totally costing. I mean, it's sad too because they're on the same roster with Hurt Business, where Hurt Business is fucking magnificent. I love watching Hurt Business do their stuff. I mean, it fits perfectly with the show. And then you watch Retribution, and then you're like, what the hell am I watching this for? Like, this is a waste of my time. I'm just going to say it like this. Leave your comments down below of what you truly think about Retribution, who you think should have really been aligned with Ali in the faction, and then at the same time, just give me your true thoughts if you think I'm right or you think I'm wrong. Outside of that, I don't want to really keep you guys for too long. I'm just new at this stuff, and the last thing you guys really want to be dealing with is like a rookie guy sitting here talking for 35 minutes about something he loves, and then, you guys be like, "Oh man, come on. Like, this guy's ridiculous. He just keeps talking." So, you know what? I'm gonna bring it to an end for this situation because literally ain't really much else to talk about Retribution. It's not like they're like they've been out for so long that you got so much accolade to talk about. So I'm gonna cut this short, and I'm just gonna say this because I know I'm new, so I don't want to mess up. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell for future notifications of future videos, and I'll get better at it. And I'll get to you guys next time. And as always, wrestling is forever. And at the same time, thank you for listening. Be safe. And one love.